Hi everybody, my name's Lily Hope. I am a Tlingit storyteller. My name is Wushkin Dain Da'at Yochet Doasak, Yesh Nachatzati, Dak Dain Tan Ayachet. Deach hit dach, Kasha Yihit Ka Tak Hit, Dleit Ka Yadi Ayachet. I just said hello in Tlingit. Just kidding. I said my Tlingit name is Wushkin Dain Da'at. I am Raven of the Dak Dain Tan clan. Let's see, I'm from two different houses, Man's Head House and Snail House, and I am child of the white man. So I said all those things. So my mother's people are Dak Dain Tan, and my father is from California. So hi, I'm here to share a story with you called The Box of Daylight. And The Box of Daylight has been told by the Tlingit people and maybe Haida and Tsimshian for like thousands of years. So you're going to hear a story, a version of the story that may be very similar to others that you've heard. There's probably 5 or 6 different versions, like in books, right? Illustrated, you may have even read one. But I'm going to tell you a version that I've shared many times over. I've been telling stories since about 2004, and this is my version of The Box of Daylight. I hope you enjoy. Long, long, long ago, in a little village, it was always dark. In fact, it was dark all across the world. There was no light as we know it today. No stars, no moon, no sun. It was always, always dark. And in this one village, there was a clan leader. Sometimes we call them chiefs, but they're really clan leaders. And this clan leader had a beautiful daughter. And inside his house, he had 4 boxes of different sizes. And they got smaller and smaller as you went down. And you know what was inside those boxes? Treasure. What kind of treasure? What was that treasure? Well, that's what Raven wanted to figure out. He knew that this clan leader was keeping very close watch on these boxes. But there's something else this clan leader had. He had a beautiful daughter. And every day as that daughter woke up, she'd walk down to the little river near their house, and she would scoop up some fresh water and drink it. And Raven is a shapeshifter, he knows how to change his own shape. So he decided to get most close to those boxes. He knew exactly what to do. Do you know what he did? He went down, when that daughter of the clan leader went down to the water, and she went down to pick up the water in her hands and drink some fresh water from that river, you know what he did? He changed. He changed himself into a teeny tiny little spruce tip needle and dropped right into the water just as she scooped up that fresh water and drank it up. And she swallowed Raven right down while she was drinking her water, right down into her belly. And you know what happened? Guess what happened, you guys? She grew a little baby in her belly. That's not really how it happens. You can't just swallow something and grow a baby, but that's how the story goes. Shh. So here's this little baby Raven growing bigger and bigger and bigger in the clan leader's daughter's belly. Well, pretty soon, she gives birth to this baby, and yes, he gave her all sorts of a hard time about saying like, oh, you stay away from those boys. Where'd this baby come from? And she swore up and down, no, it wasn't like that. I don't know where this baby came from. It's a blessing from the heavens. And so he accepted that she was, prude and good, and it really was a blessing to have this baby born in his home. And sure enough, when that baby Raven came out, he had a little bit more black fuzz on his head than the clan leader was used to, but he thought that grandson was the cutest thing. And that clan leader, that grandpa, he gave that baby anything it wanted all the time. Oh, he needs something, let me hold him. And he was so good at putting him to sleep. Well, as that baby Raven, he had a pointy nose too, but they didn't have any clue that could be Raven. So you know what? As he got older and older, he started asking for those treasure boxes. And one day, he went over to the tiniest little box and he started tapping on it. And he wanted to play with that box. And Grandpa Clan Leader said, "Oh no, you can't have that box. That's my treasure. You stay away from." Oh, little baby got so mad. You know how kids can be? Oh yeah, I know. You've thrown a tantrum like that. Well, that grandpa, of course, he sees that baby screaming about the little box that he wants. He says, "Okay, you can touch it and you can sit on it, but you don't open it, okay? Okay, boy, don't open it." And he goes, "Yeah." And he's tapping on it, and he's sitting on it. And then the grandpa, that clan leader, falls asleep. Guess what little baby starts doing? He's got the lid, and he looks inside. As he opened the lid, guess what came out of that box? The stars, as we know them today, the stars came out of the box and went way up into the sky. And little boy could just a little bit see his hands just a little bit better. And he stood there and looked up at those stars. Wow. And the grandpa woke up and he goes, "Hey, what'd you do? You let out my treasure!" And then the little grandson was like, "I didn't mean to. Sorry. He wasn't really sorry, was he? Well, guess what happened the next day? There's that grandson fussing over the next size box, and he's pounding on it, trying to grab it. And the grandpa says, No. You let my other treasure out. I'm not letting you play with that." What's the grandson do? He goes, "Ah! He was just screaming one long, sustained scream. And the grandfather was like, No. Okay. You can have the box. It's okay. You can have it. You just don't open it, okay? You don't open it." And the grandson, he goes, Yeah. No, open. Just play. And he starts tapping on it, and he's sitting on it, and he's going all around it. He's playing. And the grandpa, he fell asleep. That clan leader fell asleep. And then little baby Raven's looking around. Nobody's watching him. He takes the lid off of that other one. He starts looking inside. He just wants to have a little peek of what's inside. He goes, "Oh no! Oh!" And you know what rises out of that box? Guess what? The moon! The moon goes way up into the sky. Wow! Raven is so in awe. Just wow! Could you imagine? Remember the first time you saw the moon? Oh, Raven is just blown away. That's awesome. And his mother comes over and says, "Gee, that's a beautiful silvery orb. What is that?" And they could see themselves even more. So beautiful in that moonlight. And the grandfather clan leader, he wakes up, he goes, "Hey, what's this? My next treasure. You let out the..." Wow. Yeah. And the next day, you know what that boy does? Oh, he's screaming for the next box. "I want this one, mine. And the old man, he says, "No, you let 2 of them out. No more of this playing around. No. And Raven, he goes, "Oh. And he's so mad. And that grandpa's like, okay, I'm all done. Okay, you go ahead and play. You play with it. I'm going to sit right here by you, and you just play with it, okay?" And the grandson, he's like, do, tap. And he's sitting on it, and he's running around it, do. And pretty soon, that grandpa, he starts to nod off. He's right there. He's falling asleep. And Raven, he goes, "Grandpa, hey, you awake? Hey." No answer. So what does Raven do? Oh, he opens the lid. He's like, wow! The whole world is bright with the sun who rises out of this box. The sun rises into the sky. And Raven's like, "Oh, that's so amazing." And he's kind of, wow, like that's bright. And that grandfather, he wakes up and he goes, what? And he looks up, and there in that light, he's like, wow, we can see all the things. Look at all those leaves on the tree. You can see all the detail. What? But he's mad. He says, hey, that's 3 of my 4 treasures. You stop that now, grandson. And that little grandson, he goes, sorry, Grandpa. Won't do it again. Okay, fine. The next day, sure enough, what happens? Oh, that grandbaby, he is so mad. He's going, no, I'm the big box, big mine. I want it and play with it. He's trying to take it. And the grandpa says, no, that's my last one. You cannot have that one. No. He goes, but it's mine. It's mine. The grandpa is so moved by all this sadness. He goes, oh, my favorite grandbaby, you can have it. You just play with it. You don't open this one. That's enough now. You stop opening my boxes. And the grandbaby, he goes, okay, fine. Oh, I won't. I won't open it. Yeah, just play. And he climbs up on that box, and he's playing on the big box. And he's sitting on that box, rubbing his little butt on it. And he's going around the box and going around. And the grandfather falls asleep. And where's the mom during all this time? Maybe she's outside collecting something for tea or some berries. Who knows? But she's never around when her grandson is playing with these boxes. Oh, and he gets started. That grandson, he's ready. Is he snoring? Can you hear him snoring, you guys? Grandpa is snoring hard, and he goes, I'm gonna open the biggest box. You ready for this? And he opens the box. Wait, the lid is really heavy. Hold on. He opens it up, goes, oh my gosh! You know what comes out? Daylight! He opened that huge box of daylight. He goes, what the? Wow! It was so beautiful. The colors of the world were so radiant, like he'd never seen before. And the people in the village, they came out of their homes like, what's this? Light! All of this light! And the grandfather wakes up, he goes, what's this? You opened my final box! Whoa! And he looks around, and it's the most beautiful world the whole village has ever seen. And he goes, you doodle but grandson, what? And you know what? That grandson, his work was done in the family. He goes, and he changes into his raven self, and he starts flying away. He flies out of that house, out into the world. And from then on, everyone in the villages in Southeast Alaska, guess what? We always have the sun and the moon and the stars and daylight, thanks to Raven. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy your art activities that you're doing with your families, and you take good care of yourselves, okay? Have fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.